Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a bunch of new subscribers that I got recently, and of course to the old ones as well. It is the end of March here in north central North Carolina, and going on a ride today up into Virginia to the American Civil War Museum in Appomattox, Virginia. Should be at least two other riders. Pete is going to be there probably on his new BMW RT, and I think Tim is going to be here as well on his Goldwing. So there'll be at least the three of us. I hope you can hear the audio okay and it's not too muffled. I'm wearing a neck gaiter under the full face helmet because it is pollen season here in North Carolina, and getting a 70-mile-an-hour pollen injection is not going to be good for the sinuses. So hopefully this neck gaiter will filter some of that out. You may be able to see the green slime on the road all over the cars. It gets pretty nasty here. It lasts for a few weeks and then we're done. Whoa, a little wide there, buddy. So this is our meetup point. There's Tim. And I saw a white RT here. That would be Pete. Alright. I'm going to pull in here and catch up with these guys, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. Welcome back. We've been on the road for about an hour and a half now, passing through small towns like Creedmoor, Oxford, and Stovall, North Carolina. That's the place where I went camping not long ago. Longwood Park. Have to get back there again. I see they still have the trains stacked up here for the winter. They should be moving them out pretty soon. Been a nice ride so far. Pollen seems quite a bit less up this way. And earlier the trees were just exploding with green dust. So we are in Virginia. The next town up is going to be Clarksville. Been through there several times. Might even have some of it recorded on a video somewhere in the past, I don't know. So far, Pete's new 1250 RT is doing good. He only had about 200 miles on it when we started the day today. By the time we're done, he'll probably be ready for his 1K service. Windy today. Welcome to Clarksville. Wanted to get the road glide out today for a good long ride. I think we're looking at something like about 300 miles round trip today. This is the main drag in Clarksville. See a bunch of old homes up in here. I don't think I've ever been through on a Saturday. We usually ride through here on a Sunday morning, and it's pretty quiet then. Check out this old truck, old Chevrolet. Wow. Nicely redone. Quick bathroom break there at the gas station. And this is the little downtown area of Clarksville. Nice. We usually go to lunch at this place over here, Bridgewater Bar and Grill. After leaving Clarksville and a nice ride through the local countryside, we arrived at the Rail Yard Sports Lounge to get some lunch. It looks about the same on the inside as it does on the outside, but the food is pretty good and the service was friendly. A short distance away was Appomattox Court House National Historic Park, where General Robert E. Lee of the Army of Northern Virginia surrendered his men to General Ulysses S. Grant, General of all U.S. forces, setting in place the beginning of the end of the Civil War. I always thought Appomattox Courthouse was the building where the surrender took place, but Appomattox Courthouse was actually the name of the village. This is the reconstructed Appomattox County Courthouse, built in 1846 and burned in 1892. But none of the events of the surrender took place at the courthouse. The surrender took place at the McLean House, owned by a local family. The McLean House was built in 1848 and then dismantled around 1893 with the intent of moving it to Washington, D.C. That didn't happen, and instead it was rebuilt in the 1940s on its original foundation. Looking at the front of the McLean House, this is the lower level on the left-hand side, front of the house. This is basically the eat-in kitchen. And looking at the right front lower level of the house, this is where the formal dining room is. On the main level of the house to the left side is the parlor. This is the parlor where the events of the surrender actually took place. On the opposite side of the house is the master bedroom, and directly across from the parlor you can see this is, I guess, the early version of an ensuite. That little cubby in the middle there was the toilet. The Clover Hill Tavern was the oldest building in the village. It was built around 1819. It was the village's only restaurant, overnight lodging, and only bar. Business wasn't doing so good by 1865, and it was actually used by the Federal Army to set up printing presses and start printing passes or paroles for the surrendered Confederate soldiers so they could return to their homes. So that's the end of the ride to Appomattox Court House, which is not just a building, but it's actually the name of the village where the surrender took place. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride, and there's a little bit of history. If you get a chance to visit Virginia, the park is about 92 miles west of Richmond, and it's in beautiful countryside. I highly recommend stopping by and checking this place out. That's it for this ride, and we will see you on the next one.